Manchester United has got to move and move quick as Napoli is contemplating raiding our interest in an important midfielder who I believe should be joining Man United on top of the big one. Welcome to the Network Sport. My name is Webb. Here is a threatening update concerning our players that we are looking at. Of course, we don't have all the rights over SOFYAN AMRABAT, but listen, Napoli are considering SOFYAN AMRABAT as an option if they fail to agree on a deal with Manchester United for Scott McTominay. Now listen, I'm going to put it to you. Drop down a comment and let me know if Man United is to get one of these two, letting go of SOFYAN AMRABAT for a reduced fee from the 30 million euros that we want. If we can, let's say, get 25 million euros or 20 and use that money to buy SOFYAN AMRABAT, to bring him back to Old Trafford. Or should we let Napoli, who are now saying they're looking at SOFYAN AMRABAT as a backup if they fail to get Scott McTominay? So of the two, who works for United? Us selling Scott McTominay on a reduced fee and get AMRABAT, or let Napoli take AMRABAT and we keep Scott McTominay? What makes sense for Man United? I need to know that from you. Let me know what you think. My name is Webb. This is the Network Sport. Like, share, and subscribe. Here is an update concerning the big club. Now, this is what is happening. So Napoli are considering, and they have inquired about what it will take for them to get SOFYAN AMRABAT from Fiorentina. And of course, Fiorentina will share all the information. And me and you know that AMRABAT is not so expensive. Probably the exact amount of money Man United could get from Scott McTominay would be just enough, or even a little less, to bring in SOFYAN AMRABAT. So the thing is now, Napoli are having AMRABAT as a backup. They are still so interested because we know that Antonio Conte, these are the players that Antonio Conte wants. The heart. AMRABAT has the heart just as Scott McTominay does. So what Napoli are saying, if they fail to convince Man United to lower down on their 30 million euros, which they do not want to pay for Scott McTominay, even if they have agreed personal terms with him, they are saying the money needs to be reasonable if we are going to pay it. Now, they are saying if we fail to get Scott McTominay, let's go for AMRABAT. He's there, he's available, he's cheaper, he wants to move, and I'm certain AMRABAT would be okay, open to the idea of playing for a big club like Napoli. Question is, should Man United let that happen? But also, what are our priorities? Because if we are to choose between the two, AMRABAT and Scott McTominay, honestly, with all due respect to Scott, he has scored all these important goals off the bench. My feeling is AMRABAT is a better option for United now because AMRABAT is a number 6. Man United needs as many good number 6s as they can get because we are not going to have Manuel Ugarte. I'm assuming he will come in on loan from Paris Saint-Germain, but even if he doesn't, you even need AMRABAT the more. Scott McTominay, yes, he contributed with goals off the bench, but I think he is not a number 6. So for me, we need a number 6 because the more we keep around and fool ourselves that in Scott we have a player who can give us an option as a number 6, I think we are inviting more problems for ourselves. We are making what we are building look a bit shaky because it doesn't solve the biggest problem we've had. I think Scott, with all love, it's one love, and I saw he posted something on Instagram, and people were all going, "Thank you for staying." He posted an image of him and his girlfriend, and everyone was saying, "Thank you for staying, please stay." And yes, I love Scott, guys, don't get it twisted. But you see, the same wages that Scott is earning currently are the same wages that AMRABAT was earning on the short time he was there on loan. But I think the profile of the player that AMRABAT is more important for United now than the impact substitute that Scott proved to be last season. Because I think in terms of depth, in terms of players who can give us goals, we've got more now. We are not as desperate as we were back then, needing to rely on the goals from Scott McTominay. We've got Chido Obi, who can grow into a very important player in a year or two. So for me, but I don't think we have enough options for number 6 to come in there and give good options when we don't have Manuel Ugarte. So for me, I think we shouldn't be dragging on this. I think we need to accept the money. Honestly, we've dragged enough. I think 25 million euros for Scott McTominay is okay. It's absolute profit because he's an academy boy, but it gives us enough money to top up to find Manuel Ugarte, to sign Manuel Ugarte from Paris Saint-Germain, even if Paris Saint-Germain insisted on cash now. But also, if we are even now getting the solution of getting him on loan with an obligation to buy later, we are getting cash to go and pay 8 million, probably 8 million pounds to Fiorentina to give us SOFYAN AMRABAT back. I don't think we can afford to miss out on SOFYAN AMRABAT because of Scott McTominay. I think for me, let Napoli take Scott. Let's get the cash, get AMRABAT, top up, get Ugarte. Ugarte and AMRABAT would be big success for Man United this summer when it comes to a number 6. Honestly, that's my honest take. That's my honest opinion. That's my honest view. And no disrespect to Scott McTominay. That's what I think. Now, there is more because you think about it. What happens if Ugarte comes and Ugarte is injured? Because he won't play all games we are going to play everywhere. The style of player he is, he will certainly get injured. The Premier League will strain him. Who is going to back him up? Casemiro again, and I know he had a good game. He had a good game, the first opening game of the season, but you don't expect a player in his 30s to, and the Casemiro who had started getting injuries, to be playing at that level consistently. He will still drop in levels, he will get injured, but also he's not a SOFYAN AMRABAT. That's not the profile Casemiro is anymore. Casemiro loves to go and contribute to the attack. Not a bad thing, but we need a typical number 6 to be now there and disciplined, who can cover ground. Casemiro will never go back to the Casemiro of 2 seasons ago. So AMRABAT is either way a needed backup, a much more needed backup than any other players we would think about. If we are going to get Sanderbaj, it would have made sense. But Sanderbaj is already going to Fulham. So AMRABAT is now more than ever, AMRABAT is important as a backup number 6 for whichever top number 6 we are going to get, who I believe is going to be Manuel Ugarte. So for me, that's it. So this Naples raid should be stopped like as early as yesterday. These threats should be the ones to trigger us to go and finalize the deal for Scott with Napoli so that we get AMRABAT and Ugarte and seal it. We seal the window. We don't care about the left back. We can wait to get a left back and manage with what we have, but AMRABAT cannot leave us. We cannot sleep when it comes to AMRABAT. That's a clear take on that. I need to pick your mind on it. Drop down a comment and let me know what you think. But also, there is news, of course, of Chelsea being serious about signing Jadon Sancho. And honestly, as a United supporter, I wouldn't care where Sancho goes. I shouldn't be caring. I should say we all just need good riddance. We just need to get rid of him. But as a football person, I'm thinking a player with the promise, with the talent of Jadon Sancho, what is he doing at Chelsea? Chelsea do not have direction on where they want to go. They are signing everyone and anyone. They're talking of Chiesa, now Sancho, everywhere. They don't seem to have a clear plan of how and whom they want to bring in. They've got a good manager, with all due respect to Enzo Maresca, but they're just signing so many players. I don't think a player at the level of Jadon Sancho should be even considering joining Chelsea when Paris Saint-Germain is there. There is no clear direction. They're signing so many players on long contracts, and you're thinking, what's their plan? What's their plan? They already have Pedro Neto. They have got Joao Felix now coming in. Where is Jadon Sancho going to play? Where is he going to play? He wants to go to a club where he will be playing. Where will he play if he joins these Chiefs? They have got Nkuku, they have got Cole Palmer, they have got all these players. Where is Jadon Sancho going to play? But I'm just saying that as a football person. But as a United fan, I should be saying, celebrating. Chelsea, come for him. Add him to the lot. Come for him. Come, go get him, because I think Sancho has got to leave. But I've got to be human and be realistic about what I see with Chelsea. Chelsea is not the best destination. And I heard Jamie Carragher say the same thing. Chelsea, any serious player, you can't join Chelsea. This whole Chelsea thing is for young players who are hungry to get a long contract in a big club and top dollar or top quid. But for a player like Jadon Sancho, doesn't make sense for him. Doesn't make sense for sense at all for him. Now, there's a breaking update coming to you through now from Sky. Of course, perhaps you would have wanted it to come from Fabrizio Romano, but of course it's Sky Sports News. They're always behind with their update. But they are saying that this is the update. It's saying that Manchester United are so advanced in signing Manuel Ugarte. This is according to Sky. This is coming in as a breaking update from Sky Sports News. They are saying Man United are advanced in their pursuit of Manuel Ugarte. This is according to Sky, but I won't dig so much into that. But I think we know this. This I've been saying for a long time now. Man United are so advanced. Right now, they're just progressing. It's just that PSG are not at the pace that Manchester United would want them to be at. They are not under pressure. They are not as eager to sell Manuel Ugarte as Man United would want to buy him. So that's the only thing. But I think we all know that Man United and PSG are advanced in trying to seal Manuel Ugarte. So how long that will take is, I think, a thing of patience. We've got to wait and expect it to happen as early as it can. For United, that is what works, but at least we know that's what's going on. But I just wanted to give you my 2 cents about that. AMRABAT and Scott, let me know in the comment section, between the two, who do you think is more important for Man United? Should Man United rather hold on to Scott McTominay, or would they rather release on Scott McTominay on a reduced figure, use the money, top up on whatever they have, sign Ugarte once and for all, and use the balance, because it would be enough. Use the balance to sign SOFYAN AMRABAT, or bring him back, because AMRABAT, we need to pay tops. We need to pay a more tops 10 or 10 million pounds to Fiorentina. For Manuel Ugarte, we could be having about 35 million to offer. Top the balance, about 10, more 10, top it up, you're close to what PSG want, and get the player. Agree on a reasonable payment plan. Do that, and we move on. Guys, we can't be here all day, all night talking like we're a broke club. We need to sign. I'm running out of patience, honestly.